All right. Am I live? Am I live? I should be live. What is up, guys? Andrew here, and welcome to Comicbooker. All things comics from a creator. That's my spiel. I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. And those of you who follow me on Instagram probably saw I made a little headway on this cover last night. But you know, obviously it's so ridiculously overcomplicated that um, there's still a lot of work to be done. But hopefully, I can make some progress on this today. And while I'm doing that, maybe you guys will make progress on your stuff too. And we can all just get stronger together, right? Hey, hey, what's up, Vandally X and Noah Egiman? Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna do a clipping mask here, and I'm trying to figure out which of the heroes I haven't drawn colored in yet. So this lady over here. At this point, especially for some of these characters, I'm not sure what their color scheme is, so I'm just looking here at my many palettes. In fact, let's make a new one. I'm gonna make a new palette. Create new palette, new from photos. I'm gonna choose a photo here. Let's I'm gonna use this page that I already did, and then that's the palette. So I'm gonna choose colors from that palette, and throw down. I'm also kind of looking at what's working in the surrounding area, and I see that this lady who I'm about to color is already surrounded by reds and purple, so it's very warm. So I'm gonna err on this side of cool. So let's give her this color. Whoops, wrong. This color to begin with, right? That one. There we go. And then we just start filling in her details. Whoop. I don't need that. And then we're golden. So, Vandally says, sorry I won't be able to be on the stream today, so bye. Oh man, it's okay. It's okay. I'll see you next time. Enjoy your Sunday. I can't stream for very long today either. It's probably gonna be just an hour. But we can get a lot done in an hour, so that's why it's still good to like hit it while we can. I'm so excited because well, it's been a busy weekend. It's a Labor Day weekend, which means it's a long weekend. Tomorrow is actually more of a free day. So hopefully I'll get further along with this cover tomorrow. But I wanted to say that uh, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, did I just lose my train of thought? Is it gone? Blah. um, I wanted to say that I had a lovely, very productive week. A bunch of you are asking on Instagram what I was working on, and the truth is, I cannot talk about what I'm working on this week because of a non disclosure agreement. So, all we have is I wasn't able to like post much of it. So, the only thing I can really show on Insta and like online are, the things I own, like this stuff. So, client work is hard to show off. So, Um, some of you are asking how come I didn't make much progress on this since the last stream, which was a week ago, and that's why I was doing other work, paying work. This cover is and this book, the book that this is a cover of, is a labor of love. It does not pay me currently, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping I make some money off of the book when it releases soon. I am within spitting distance of finishing it. I just need this to work out. Issue 1 is almost 100% in the bag. I just need to finish this cover, which is taking weeks of my life. And I don't know. I'm undecided if I should end on that ending or add a few more pages and like jump it forward to another part. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, there we go with this lady. So she seems to be a speedster of some kind. This this lovely woman. I was thinking of Makari from the Eternals because she's such a cool character. Um, I mean, obviously, and I can't. Even though I'm thinking of a character like this guy over here is sort of like this guy with the S's. I thought of Daredevil while I was like drawing him. Obviously, he's like not Daredevil. He's very pink. Matt Murdock would never. But he's my version of him. They're all just remixes of characters we already know. And that helps me quickly establish like a gajillion superheroes, which is what my story requires. I need a ton. It's also the fun part of it, you know? I mean, so many of us just, if you just sit down and think about it, you can come up with probably hundreds of super characters in an afternoon if you just sat down and thought about it. I need some whites on the eyes like that. Boom. And I want a nice sort of pinkish lighter color there, something like that. Nice. Okay. All right. She's good. What I'm doing to save on layer space, even though it's not necessary at this point, is I just flatten stuff down as I go. So I'm clipping mask. I'll go to the next person, and we're just gonna work counterclockwise. Here's my aqua person. I'm gonna throw in a base color. Again, it looks like it has to be another cool, but let's find something else to throw in here. Let's use this palette, the Flourish palette. Let's see what cool stuff we can come up with. That's nice. All right, we'll work with that. I had I had no idea for this character. I was just like, let's throw a water person down. So here he is. Here's the water person. But even thinking about it a little bit, right? Maybe he's from the sunken city of Lemuria. He is the son of a sorceress. And he rebels against his mother to go explore the waking world, the the real world, which he'd been told has been devastated by the apocalypse, and they were forbidden from going there. Let's give him purple hair. Purple hair. And of course, he discovers the modern day world of mankind, and it's not that bad. It's a fish out of water story. And then hijinks ensue. Because hijinks always ensue in these types of stories. If hijinks don't ensue, there's no story. Oh, am I gonna do another purple character? I guess. That's gonna fine. You're purple. You're like Tempest. Actually, let's reverse that. Let's make this the purple. This shall be the accent color. much better. I don't know what I was thinking with this design. It's like there's the 70s Aquaman costume, which did not go over well with the fans. I guess this is sort of in that vein. I was also thinking of angelfish with that zebra pattern that they usually have. It's pretty cool. Whoops. Alright, let's get this to a certain state. I think I did a decent job with rendering out the main figure, but I did not think through all the details, so now I just have to make up for it on the fly. Boom. 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 Whew. All right, so that's that. And then let's give him. Does that work? No, I don't like that. Does a green work? Sort of. Okay, we'll go with that. Green pants. Darker. Much better. Okay. There's our aqua person. I think his name is. Oh no. His name is not Dolphin. One of the other characters is called Dolphin. This guy has a weird name. I forgot. I'll remember as I go. I remember too. He's a little weird because he turns into water. That's part of his power set. So, kind of like Hydro Man. Okay, now that I've done that, let's do a little rendering just to make it look cool. And then what I wanted to do was some white highlights. So I'll do that. Again, I'm reserving the white. I can't do like a pure white because I'm gonna use that for some focus later on in the composition. In fact, the only things you can see which are pure white are the uncolored bits. It is super hot today in New York City. I am, I think the word is enervated by the heat. It makes me want to lie down and just sleep all day. Which I could, because there's nothing like pressing on my schedule, but I'd feel bad in the evening if I didn't like do a little something today, something productive. Especially since this cover has been sitting on my to-do list for forever. Just way too long. And it's looking so awesome. As much as I get tired of looking at it here and there because I've been working it for so long. Whenever I zoom out like that, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's the shit I would This is the kind of stuff I'd enjoy looking at as a kid. Like, my first comic was Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this type of imagery was what really got my imagination going. The George Perez stuff. So, alright. Working clockwise, let's go to this lady. I'm thinking of her as like a firebrand or firestar, but instead of fire themed, maybe electric themed. Plus, I don't think there's much yellow on this side, so we can yellow her up. First, let's get some skin tones in there. All right. I was rethinking my flatting technique the other day. That's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm doing color flats, which is a stage in coloring where you're isolating various parts of the image for selection later on. It's for easy selection. And I realized that maybe I'm not doing this as efficiently as I could be. So, I mean, I'm already like more than halfway through this cover, so I'm not gonna change how I work in the middle of it, but in the future, I'd like to change how I approach this. Use more of the lasso tool, you know. Noe Eggyman asks, "Are you working as an artist or do you have a job besides art?" I have a full-time job at an art school in Manhattan. It's called the Art Students League of New York. I work in the communications department, and I do a lot of copy for them. I take photographs for them, uh, do videos, and I plan out events. So, I mean, I love that place. It's one of my favorite places. I've talked about it on the channel a bit um, in the past. It's one of my favorite places in the world. And they've really taken care of me. So, but yeah, that takes up a lot of my time during the week. So all of the art stuff that I'm doing happens on my free time. I mean, at a certain point, I'd love to be more of a full time artist. It's certainly been on my mind because it would be nice to just spend my whole days focusing on, making art for a living. And that's kind of the journey I'm trying to take on this channel. I figured it might take many years, but it'd be great if, I can bring you guys along so you can see how I go from someone who was not doing any freelance work, which is when I started this channel in the middle of COVID, to someone who makes most of his money and livelihood from making art. That's what I'd ideally like to do. We'll see if I succeed. It's still up in the air. I like that color for her. Hey, this lady's shaping up. Very very 80s color palette for this girl. Um, I feel like should sing something like "Let's Get Physical" for her. So yeah, I have a full time job, and then I freelance. I do commissions once in a while here and there. I did illustration work for the TED Foundation. They do these TED Talks online, so I did one around November last year. And once in a while, I do like little drawing projects that are Not nothing yet has been enough to um, supersede a real job, but I'd like it to at a certain point. The nice thing about my current job is because it's been so how do I say this? It's been so, because it's in marketing and communications, right? I've had to learn how to use Instagram and YouTube better. So that's sort of part of the reason why I have this channel is I was trying to get better at that job, and I realized I could apply some of the skills I was learning there to this job. So yeah, I think it all feeds into each other as much as we never quite get the ideal situation we want. Um, Sometimes it turns out to be ideal all along because no learning is wasted, my mom always says. And what seems unnecessary today may become like, super essential in the future. Plus, I'm what I really love about this having this channel and maintaining it on Instagram and stuff is I get to meet so many artists. It's really nice to meet other artists. I find myself constantly inspired by meeting people who share the same geekiness as me, who love to make art, who love comics, who get inspired and want to help and inspire each other. That's my jam. That's what keeps me going. All right, this lady's almost done. I seem to have accidentally drawn on my water Aquaman character, so we're gonna fix that a little bit. It's actually not bad. I like that there's a highlight there. Maybe I should just go with it. Give him some highlights from her. That looks kind of cool. I was planning to do this type of thing like after flats, but in case I forget, I might as well throw it in now. So it looks like these guys are relating to each other, you know what I mean? It's the bounce of her power signature. Boom. All right. So now we're done with that. Oh, she came up with a lot of layers. Merge down. Boom, boom. So now we have these people. This guy's a ghost character, kind of like Deadman. So, and now I'm looking, and again, I have a lot of warps here, so it would behoove me to make this character a little cooler, which we'll do, but I keep going for light blue, so I'm gonna change it up to maybe a light green, like that. I think he's like, that works, right? Oop, not assisted. Clipping mask. There we go. Base color for him is that. And base color for this other guy, probably a blue. Or a teal. Blue, it has to be blue. This blue. Boom. Alright. Okay, so let's do some detailing. Give him. It's making me think of there's a Spider-Man character called Cardiac, and he's a doctor who he's a doctor vigilante. That's all I know. He has like an electric staff, and he's super cool. He's badass. He's a little bit of a Punisher type, extreme. Criminals need to pay for what they've done. There was this really cool. I don't know if you guys read Marvel comics, like from the last the recent Marvel comics. There's this new title called Valkyrie, which stars Jane Foster. Um, After she became Thor and gave up the mantle, and Thor went back to being Thor, she got her own book, and there was and she's a doctor and everything, right? So she's that type of cool character. Anyway, did a story arc where they teamed up all of the doctors of the Marvel universe, like all the Doctor superheroes. So you had Doctor Strange, you had Night Nurse, you had this guy. Well, not this guy, but the guy that this guy reminds me of. Cardiac. Um, the current wielder of Excalibur. Gosh, I forget her name. I think it's Faiza Hussein, right? She's with the with Captain Britain and the MI-13, and they have to. They basically something is wrong with the universe, and they have to diagnose it. And it's the coolest thing ever. It's the coolest thing ever. It's only like two issues. The art's like not the regular artist, so it's not exactly like the best art. But Al Ewing wrote the hell out of it. And oh, that was it. They had to diagnose death. Like the Marvel Universe's death is a real like personification um, of death, and not like in the Sandman way, like in the old school cosmic evil kind of scary creepy way. The I kind of fell in love with Thanos and wanted him to kill half the universe for me type of way. She's she a bad person, but she was sick and she was dying, and all these doctor characters had to figure out what was wrong with her. And it was cool because it related to some stuff going on in the Mortal Hulk, which was like, a lot of characters coming back to life through this gamma green door, which was pseudo magic, and stuff that was happening in the X-Men comics, um, where a lot of the mutants had figured out a way to circumvent the limitations of death and bring each other back to life through using combos of their mutant powers. And that was causing a lot of issues with death. Anyway, it's a cool story arc. If you can find it, it's Valkyrie. Marvel Valkyrie. And then this guy's just mainly ectoplasm in weird shapes, so we're just gonna give him some rendering here. But he's really no other color than a spooky Ghostbusters green. Boom. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so and then we have who's left? The Angel Lady, merge down. Angel Lady and Harley Quinn character. So Angel Lady, clipping mask again. Let's get that down. I need another red. Noah Agumon says, "Yeah, having some art friends is really cool for sharing tips or different styles." Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's the one. It's the one thing I like about social media right now, despite all the horrors of it, it's going through. Oh, give me a second. I'll be right back. I gotta get something. All right. So let's get on this skin tone. Get some skin tone in here. Something like that. I have a bunch of. It's weird. The book so far has been playing on a lot of angelic themes. It's just kind of coming out like some Catholic themes, even though I'm not really trying. Like this main character here, Unmaker, gets his powers from a demon, and this other character here, the Red Thunder, gets his powers from an angel. And then I have other characters here. So this guy here is a vigilante. He's called the Guardian Angel. He used to be a sidekick called the Wing. There's nothing like mystic about him, but it's angel themes, right? And then here's a new character. Gosh, I forget her name. I think it's Dominion, which is a form of angel, one of the classical types. I don't think it's a scary one. The scary one's a seraphim, which has like a lot of eyes and stuff. But anyway, Dominion, and she's another angel type character. That's a little too blue. I wanted something darker. There we go. Better. Okay. I'm seeing some of the weird line work I left in her hair, but it's fine. No one's gonna see it at this level. I'm just super zoomed in. But yeah, lots of themes of like angels and salvation and all this other stuff. Which when I think about it, you know, most superheroes kind of do play the role of angels in the cosmological aspect of its own like internal logic, right? You have the normal humans or Earth people or whatever who are going about their daily lives, being us, and then you have the extra normal, which is these super guys, and then they conduct epic battles, epic cosmic battles that decide the fate of the world we live in. And that is biblical. That's biblical. It's also Greek. It's also um, every mythology really has that, the super people and then the regular folk, and how the two sort of affect each other. Oh, I really like this design. It's so nice. So I think she's a sci-fi character. It seems like she's got the archangel type wings, right? I think it's maybe she's like a scientist who develops a modern day like nanotechnology thing, which is meant to save lives. But when she finds out that the company that's funding her is actually going to use it for military applications, she absconds with her research. And as she does, she accidentally gets all that nanotech stuff on her, and it rewrites her biology, and now she is this super nano angel character called Dominion, who is plugged into all machines and is being hunted down by evil corporate powers. And that's a whole series. Gosh, these things write themselves. I just wish I had the bandwidth to like write all of this myself. I can only like kind of hint at the stories that they all have, but they all have stories. If they don't have stories yet, um, their stories just will end up writing themselves as soon as I throw them on paper. That's so cool. I love this lady. Dominion. So I'm gonna cheat here. It's supposed to be flats, but I'm gonna start putting some tone in just cause it works better, for the nature of the wings that she's using, right? Just looks better. So we'll do that. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of white, which I just said I wouldn't do, but I think it would sell the reflective nature of this stuff. These nanotech wings. Alright, that's her. So cool, so cool. Alright, which means this whole layer, super layer 4, as you can see, my super creative layer naming scheme is done, I think. Oh wait, no. There's one more character. This Harley Quinn lady. She is dressed as a traditional Harley Quinn. I'm gonna zig where I zagged because I don't want it to be just Harley Quinn. So we'll make her. There's two clown characters too, which I noticed. It's really weird. Oh, I can't use that pink. Guess I'm gonna have to go with this red. Whoops. There we go. Red. I might call her checkerboard. Checkerboard. She's not really a checkerboard though, especially if she's using red. I don't know what we're gonna call her, but it's definitely not gonna be Harley Quinn, or else I'll get some cease and desists going. Um, I'll figure it out later. Oh, and then black, might as well, right? It looks too much like her. Shoot, let's just keep the white. We'll keep the white, and we'll call her. I am taking suggestions. Hello, Sir Joshington. Welcome, welcome to our little stream this Sunday. We're just chilling out and drawing. I'm just working on this cover, which is taking forever. Let's just make it blue. Blue? Blue. Okay. Ah, that feels good. Okay, that's her costume. Let's call her Comedy, which implies that she has a sister named Tragedy. Aren't checkerboards red, or did I mishear? I don't know. Are checkerboards red? I thought they were like black and white, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna call her Comedy, and then she has a sister named Tragedy, so it's gonna be, a whole thing. She's Comedy. Okay, so that's done with super layer 4. Maybe her sister's somewhere here. I drew enough people to have someone there. Am I right? Okay, so we're done with super layer 4. Now we go to super layer 5. Super layer 7's done, so really I only have super layer 5 left. Super layer 5 has Germinator there. Here, this green guy here. And then let's start filling stuff out. Let's start with a fun one. I don't know. They're all fun. Let's start putting stuff in the middle. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's go with this guy. The Deadshot sort of Captain America type guy. Clipping mask. There we go. I need the base color for him. That's gonna work. That's not like what's around him. And I feel like he's like a more monochrome type character with some yellow highlights. So we'll go with this gray. Maybe we'll lighten it up. That's better. Okay. And then I'm gonna throw. Huh. Maybe some reds in. I know she's red too in front of him, and that's gonna be confusing, but we'll see what we can do. That's the problem with having so many characters together. Their colors can start to blend, and we have to find ways to avoid that. Sir Joshington is asking if I'm is my mic on. Um, I don't know. Can you guys hear me well? Person Anonymous says when playing actual checkers, they are black and white. Yes, yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, guys, let me know if you can hear me in the chat. According to OBS, it seems to be working. So maybe it's your volume, Sir Joshington. Check it out. Boop, boop, boop. Nope, I don't want the green. Maybe yellow? Yellow. That's cool. It looks cool, but it's too close. Let's do that. There we go. Desaturation sometimes is the best thing you can do. And now that I've started doing this, the red doesn't look right. So let's just replace that with yellows. Okay. That's working for me. What dumb name can I give this guy? The Target Master. Let's call him the Target Master. Right? He looks like a Target Master. I'm gonna give him slightly better costume. And what would be cool would be if at some point in the story he dies and it gives us a chance to revise his costume, like a modern day super cool version of this. But because we have these simple colors, it's enough of a design prompt to move forward. Target Master. And I'm gonna try this trick which has worked in the past when I'm out of ideas. I'm gonna change the hue saturation slider to see what other colors we have as a potential. I actually like the green, but there's so much green around him. Person says, no, I meant when playing checkers, they are red and black, but for chess, they're black and white. I think you're right. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I'm not gonna call her checkers lady, but we'll just go with comedy. It should be fine for now. Something like this orange works. Okay, we'll keep that there. Okay, target master done. Target acquired. Clipping mask. We'll do the next one. Okay, this lady here. See, as we go back into the background, it just gets smaller and smaller. It's so funny. I think of this lady as just like a super strong Titania type. Yeah, there. Just a martial artist with the propensity for bending metal bars. That's her shtick. And let's give her another color. Rooney, Rooney, Rooney. She reminds me of Yukio from the X-Men. I don't know if you know her. She's one of Storm's dearest friends from Japan. All right, so that's done. What's next? Oh, we're going towards Karaoke Queen. Okay, so let's handle this Deadpool type character first. Mm, there we go. That's good enough for him. Whoop. Let's do it on this layer. There's really not much of him to color. He's so tiny. He's so tiny. And then this lady. The fun one to color merge down. Clipping mask. I'm looking around her. I'm seeing a lot of greens and yellows, so we will avoid that. I think the Del Mundo palette would be ideal for this, so set as default. We'll do that. And give her this first, and then we'll handle her clothes. So she is Karaoke Queen. I think I mentioned it in another stream. And Karaoke Queen is the super silly Filipino character who wins an interdimensional karaoke singing contest and earns herself a magic microphone. And that's what this is. It gives her all these powers. She's like super positive and funny and joyful, and much of her dialogue are like snippets of lyrics from various songs. Like she can't resist making a reference if she can help it. So she's super fun. And she's super powerful because she operates on kind of comedy logic. So things just conveniently happen for her. It's quite a fun character to write. Karaoke Queen. My only worry with her is because a lot of her stuff is song lyric based. I'm worried about like copyright issues. You know, because the music industry is crazy, and anytime they can send a cease and desist, um, or make money off of someone else using even a smidge of their songs, they're gonna do it. And that's why YouTube built this whole content ID system, which is meant to identify whenever someone uses a copyrighted song. Literally every video uploaded to YouTube is like forced through this content ID system, which is meant to appease music executives, really, more than any other thing. But I don't know. I don't think there's no content ID for comics, so we'll see if there's any issues. Let's put a blue. Let's give her a blue tutu. That seems like something she'd do. Whoop. There we go. And then let's give her a purple top. Karaoke is a big thing in the Philippines. When I lived there growing up, especially my teens, um, I I went every week with my friends. It's like so fun. I love karaoke. Yeah, this costume doesn't make sense. I'm gonna edit this a little bit. I don't know why I put that line there as if there were pants. I don't think she's wearing pants. I think it's a tutu and that's it. Oop. Alright. And then let's handle her hair, which is which it rainbows out. We'll start with the green. Then work our way around it. That way I can see what I'm doing. Alright. And then I want a sort of pink. Ooh. And then yellow. I'm just working our way through everything. That yellow does not look yellow enough. That's fine, that's better. Okay, we'll do that. What are you guys working on this week? Anything cool? Let me know in the chat. If you're working on comics, or if you're doing some concept art for your own stuff. I'm really curious. Some light blue. We'll do some light blue here. And actually I'm gonna throw it on this side just because it's super crazy. And then I need more colors. Not purple, orange. There we go. Like that orange. Nice. Okay, I'll go with that. This is actually a little messy for flats, but it's fine. It's fine because it's already at such a small scale that nobody's gonna notice. Like a couple of pixels off. The whole image, I think, is already super arresting. It's this giant, super splash. All right, and then let's give her some of that, and that's done. That's her, karaoke queen. Let's change this to that color. Much better, more high contrast. Oh, and then let's color her microphone. The joke is it looks like super drab, the microphone itself. It doesn't look special at all. But it is. Like many things in life, they reveal their worth upon closer inspection. First impressions are not always the best barometer for quality. We're too used to making snap judgments as creatures. We are, in order to better make sense of the world, it's just a normal evolutionary thing, but whoa, oh no, I ruined it. There we go. That's for him. For this other guy, we're gonna give him black. Yeah, and it feels like it should be brown, so we'll do that. Okay, I can work with that. orange-haired guy. And I imagine bandages here, so we'll just do that there. Whoomp. Alright, good enough for that guy. And then here, this dude is sort of my Odin character. Norse, some sort of Norseman. Oh boy, has it been an hour already? How long have I been streaming? 57 minutes, holy crap. Time flies. I feel like I want to stream longer, but I have to run. I have a dinner tonight, so my sister's visiting from the Philippines, so we're gonna hang a little bit. She's leaving tomorrow. So I want to kind of squeeze out what little time we have left before I say goodbye. I haven't seen her in 3 years, so it's been really nice to be here and hang out with her. You know, COVID has made it really hard to see my loved ones back home. So it's nice. It's nice that they're able to visit. Whoop, whoop. I have no idea how George Perez does this. This is so hard. Like, I mean, it's not hard. It's fun. It's fun to do, but it's taking so much more time than I expected. I'm pretty stunned at how much time this whole thing has sucked up. Like, let's look at my metrics for a second, right? This Odin guy's done. Canvas information, statistics. I've spent almost 50 hours on this canvas. 50 hours of my life. But I'm more than halfway done, so we are on track. And it's looking good, so I do not mind. Okay, so it looks like Detective Alien is part of this, so let's color him last before I have to go and run. Clipping mask. Silver Phantom X, welcome, welcome. You are an hour late. Yes, I will tell her we all say hi. It's nice to hang with you. Welcome back. Noah says he's working on his own comic. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah, whenever people ask me for advice, like how to make comics and stuff, how to get better at making comics, I just say make comics. It is the surest, fastest way to get better. Make comics, publish them, put them on the internet, put them somewhere, and you'll get good super fast. So Detective Alien, this guy, is a Sherlock Holmes fan from another planet, and he comes to Earth to, as a fan, to sort of see the place where all the Sherlock Holmes stories that he's watched, have taken place, but you know, there's a time delay between the between when he watched it and the society he appears in, which is the modern day, right? So he arrives in modern day London, and everyone has internet. Like the way the stories work out for him, um, it just isn't how he imagined it. And it gets even funnier because he gets stuck. He gets stuck on Earth, and so now he has all these like detective adventures in London, as this green dude who acts like Sherlock Holmes and says all sorts of things like elementary, my dear Watson. Whoops, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Let's do that. Let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna make the line smaller, horizontal. And I'm trying to follow the form of the coat here. No one's ever gonna see this. This is such a tiny detail, but I don't know. I feel like we process a lot of things unconsciously and we'll notice when something's got a lot of thought put into it. You know, that used to be one of the things I would say when I was learning to make comics. I used to say things are only as much worth as much as the thought put into them, which I've kind of revised. I don't think I believe that anymore. Because I've noticed worth is at least in the modern day, worth is relative to the attention and value placed upon them by people in authority. So, I mean, that's what public worth is. Private worth, personal worth, that can depend on you. You know, um, what you choose to say is of value, right? Okay, Detective Alien is done. And see, Detective Alien's like a lovely man who just loves Sherlock Holmes thing and wants to live his truth. He wants to live his fantasy of being a Sherlock Holmes character. So that's what he gets to do. It's a fun story. Him and Karaoke Queen, those are like heartwarming, sweet colors. That's okay. I want to color one more character. I really have to go soon, but let's do this. Let's get as much done as we can, right? I want to color this lady in the background. This spider lady. I think she's the Winnow spider or something like that. You can't see it, but if I take off this black in the background, see she's got these like spidery things going on. Her shtick is she's a spider sona technically. We'll call her the Winnow spider. And I'm gonna give her. This is gonna be very simple. I'm just gonna give her a base color of something. Let's give her this first, right? And then let's figure out what works best for that spot. I'm using the hue saturation slider the hue slider in particular, to figure out the best color to make her stand out, but also to not overwhelm that spot. Something like that. Maybe that. No. That. Mm, yeah, that's it. We'll give her that color. Clipping mask. I feel like when I'm done with this graphic novel, I might end up doing like some stories starring these other characters on the side just to sort of get them out of my system, because some of these people are, have some really cool stories. I just want to get them going. Oops. There. There we go. And then we're gonna detail this with two more things. Mostly because it implies the six eyes of a spider, right? And it takes her away from being like too much of a Spider-Man franchise family character. There's actually am I right? There's a character called the Spider, like a Golden Age character, and I think there's been a Dynamite series on him. Um, but I also think if you Google him, he is in the public domain. So if you wanted to tell a story on that superhero, you could. Uh, he's called the Spider. That him, the Black Terror. There's a whole bunch of public domain superheroes that are actually free for your use if you're interested in revising an old property and like telling an interesting new story with it. Want to practice your stuff. That I think Sherlock Holmes is in the public domain. Frankenstein. The only thing is you have to make sure you don't make it too close to another version that's been copyrighted. So gotta make sure your Frankenstein doesn't look like DC Comics' Frankenstein. Or too close to the Universal Monsters Frankenstein. Yeah, don't piss off Universal. Their lawyers will eat you. Their lawyers will eat you. And on that note, I think I'm good for the day. I am. Tune in next week as I finish off this cover. I'm pretty sure I can finish this off by next week. So, we'll be streaming it on Sunday. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.